What's up guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna go over if lifters or power lifters specifically need to train abs. And it's become a popular belief that if you lift heavy and brace effectively, you don't need to incorporate direct ab or core work because specificity is basically taking place under the bar and abs are made in the kitchen. We don't need to do ab work because if we're lean enough, they'll just show up. But those are not true. There's a lot of reasons why you should still incorporate isolated ab work to enhance your ability to brace and resist movement deviations under the bar. So there's three main benefits you can achieve through direct core training. Number one is going to be hypertrophy or increasing muscle mass in the abs. In order for your abs to pop or have definition, you need to stimulate growth of these muscles. And by adding in direct progressive overload to the abs, they will not only get stronger, but they'll have more endurance and you'll have more muscle development overall in that area to better withstand resistance. Number two is going to be stability. The definition of stability is the strength and ability to withstand or endure. And in this case of lifting, this means the ability to maintain a position of the body through the tissues and resist movement deviations, especially under load or resistance. Number three is going to be proficiency and engagement of utilizing the ab and core musculature. Especially in beginner and intermediate lifters, telling them to simply brace their abs does not mean anything to them because they don't have the proper mind-muscle connection or control of specific body parts. So by incorporating isolated core exercises, they can develop more control and strength with this specific cue. There are three main types of movements we want to incorporate to maximize the benefits of core training. Number one is going to be flexion. These will be exercises that directly challenge the rectus abdominis or those six-pack ab muscles and are responsible for active flexion of the mid to lower back and essentially bringing your ribs and pelvis closer together in space. So exercises include these guys: GHR sit-ups, cable crunches, any sit-up variation, and any exercise that basically brings your rib cage and pelvis closer together. And these are typically exercises that you can progressively overload and add load over time to really stimulate muscle growth and hypertrophy of those abs. Next, we have what's called anti-extension exercises, and these are going to be exercises that promote the ability to pretty much prevent extension through the low back. Not that extension is a bad thing, but our core muscles, if they don't have the strength to maintain a specific position under load, and there's a lot of deviation in that position, then we can lose a lot of power and stability. So for instance, when we're in a squat and we're bracing, but then we end up losing that brace, we'll either overextend our backs or our backs will leak and start flexing over. So it's important to incorporate movements that will promote the stability and maintenance of that position. And that's going to be included with exercises that promote anti-extension. So things like the ab roller, where you're trying to prevent your low back from arching too much. Things like dead bugs are always a good staple, especially for beginners who are learning how to brace properly. You want to push that low back into the ground and prevent it from overextending. My favorite are goblet squats like these guys with the kettlebell because it really has good carryover into a squat, because you have to really brace your abs because of that front rack position. And therefore you'll feel if your back is either overextending or overflexing. So you have to really focus on maintaining that super solid ab tension. And then lastly, we have lateral or rotational ab exercises, or I should say core exercises, because the core is made up of more than just the abs. But along with the main ab muscles that make up the six-pack are muscles that are responsible for the lateral line or rotational movements, which include the obliques and the adductors. So these muscles work synergistically together to create power and stability of the pelvis and core, which therefore is going to create stronger stability and strength output in your main lifts, like your squats and your deadlifts. These exercises include things like wood chops that you just saw. My favorites are also going to be Copenhagen planks. These are active range of motion Copenhagen planks versus sometimes people will do static holds. That's going to really target the adductors and obliques. And this is kind of the opposite, where we're doing side planks with an active range of motion. So this is going to target more of the lateral line with the obliques kind of lifting up back into center. If you have any exercises that are your go-tos for your ab training or core training, drop them in the comment box below. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.